Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me on Berets, and today I'm doing things a little weird. I'm updating the game on my PS4, which is using up one of my monitors, so I don't have both, so everything's a little bit more compact than it usually is. It's kind of weird. Anyway, so let's talk about the global news, shall we? And it starts with, a little bit of Final Fantasy VI. Very curious as to why they're holding back 7, other than, I don't know, maybe they're pushing the two big healers closer together, both Warrior of Light Lena as well as Aerith, I guess? I don't know. Both are really great healers, so it would be kind of nice if they could come to global. They're on their way. Eventually they'll get here. So in the meantime, what do we have? Well, we have the Final Fantasy VI banner coming up, and the Final Fantasy VI banner is definitely a pretty decent one for people who are missing certain things. Also, it's going to be kind of interesting because this is a little bit of the start when Stardust Ray chaining starts becoming important, and the main chaining family, at least if Global is basically going to follow some parts of JP still, then that's probably the way you're looking forward to it. And so it is worth noting that that will start to become a thing. But who do we have on this banner? Well, good news for people who are looking to not spend any resources on this banner. Setzer and Celeste are both bonus units. They are units you probably already have maybe 1-2 copies of, hopefully. And the other thing is, Setzer's TMR is still kind of good, I do believe, unless I'm pretty sure that Global hasn't implemented the damage change formula. Since Yuffie's not there yet, Fixed Dice is kind of okay. But either way, Setzer is a bonus unit here, and so is Celeste. So if you're looking for a cheaper way that, maybe you don't have to spend any resources whatsoever on pulling bonus units, good news. And so, yeah, both of them will be a bonus unit. This is a Mog King, so good news for that. Let's talk about the other two units. So, first of all, Monk Sabin. Monk Sabin of the Colts. I'm not overly familiar with FF6, so you're going to have to forgive me just a little bit. Also, it's slightly obscured, so let me just fix that. Sabin's Super TMR is Coin of Fate. 55 attack, enables training pays off. Boosts HP by 30% and boosts attack by 60% when equipped with Fist. It is a pretty darn strong Super TMR for an accessory. I mean, it just has a really high attack stat and can also boost HP and attack percentage. I've seen this a lot on the JP side, just as a high attack accessory, not even with people with needing or using fists. It is just a really good Super TMR. And some nice support for fist users too, so that's really cool. Trust Mastery, long training pays off. Restore HP every turn, boosts attack by 60% when equipped with fists. Again, really cool to see fists users getting some support. I'm hoping that eventually they will introduce a new version of Tifa, because Tifa was kind of a really cool unit when she came out and has just been buried by other DPSs, and it would be cool to see Tifa back on top. No, nothing bad about that. It's not a joke or anything. Featured abilities, Tiger Break, Breaching Technique, and Phantom Rush. Now, it should be noted that it seems like Sabin is, as well as his brother, are not global upgrades, which is curious. Sabin is a unit that really needs just a better fist equipment. He was good for when he came out on the JP side. He wasn't great, and he never was great from memory serves. So if they haven't upgraded him all, it could be like Golbez. He'll still be a good unit. He just won't be... it would be nice if, given, the power creep on Global, if he got a little bit of a power creep too. But I'm also trying to remember if there are any really good, because I remember Sabin being true dual hand on the Japanese side. And if that's the case, then it would be nice if there was a really good true dual hand fist out there. There are some strong high attack fists, so either way, Sabin will be good. He's also kind of the start of the Stardust Ray chainers. Bad thing though, he can't suplex a train. Wait, what am I saying? He's a terrible unit. Anyway, moving on. And the other unit, King of Edgar. I've been to Edgar. Really nice place. You should go there. King Edgar of Figaro, who is basically a attacker and breaker, almost in the same way of Orin, kind of. First of all, Coin of Fate, another really, really nice super TMR. This is one I've definitely seen on a lot of attackers on the JP side. You know, whales and such. 50 attack stat, nullify poison, blind, sleep, silence, paralyze, confuse, disease, and stone, enables royal determination, boosts limit burst gauge, fill rate. The super TMR is just great. It's absolutely great. It's basically my second favorite attack super TMR that is a accessory, just because it has a really good stat on it, but it also protects your attackers, your physical attackers, from any of those nasty status effects. I mean, you could even use this on a hybrid. It boosts limit burst fill rate, and limit bursts are powerful in the future, so just a great super TMR. Super Trust, or just regular Trust Mastery, sorry. Boosts MP by 20%, attack by 40%, and boosts physical damage against machines. There are machine bosses, especially given the orders and some, I'm not going to say remaining story because I don't remember Season 2. It's gone from my mind. Just a really nice attack up accessory or materia. There are plenty of attackers that don't really have a hard time hitting 300% attack, both now and in the future. So, you know, getting some extra MP or some killers off of a TMR materia TMR starts becoming pretty valuable. It's really good. I like both things on Edgar. Abilities wise, Brave Figaro, once every 10 turns, reduce attack, defense, magic, and spirit, and boost and water and earth resistance for one enemy, and boosts own limit burst gauge fill rate. Edgar's limit burst is the really important thing, and I'll talk about that in a second. Royal Shock. Oh, sorry, barring any official data that changes everything. Anyway, Royal Shock, consume own HP to deal partial unmitigated damage to all enemies, and Air Anchor, damage one enemy to reduce their attack, defense, magic, and spirit the next turn. Edgar is part of a new wave of FF6 units that have new abilities, both Sabin and Edgar. And this continues with also CG Terra as well as Locke. And Shadow, too, if I remember correctly. I'm not just a repository. I'm not just a repository for information. Anyway, when their HP gets low enough, they get a boost to their limit burst, basically. So if their HP falls, I believe it is below 20-ish%, then their limit burst becomes much stronger. And Edgar has a pretty darn strong limit burst. He has some good chaining options, as well as I remember him being a dual-wield character. Edgar is basically kind of a alternative option to a lot of other breakers out there, who has some DPS options. They're not ever going to be super incredible, but Edgar is definitely a really great breaker. He is a good alternative to someone like Orin. If you already have Orin, you're probably solid, and as someone who was using Orin over the time that Edgar came out, Edgar was not a unit I particularly got, because one thing I really liked about Orin was, besides the fact that Orin has really solid debuffs in his kit, Orin also has his cooldown ability that debuffs the enemy and boosts your own party. So it was just kind of all nice, all in one. Edgar didn't feel quite that good, I guess. Anyway, but that being said, Edgar is a solid breaker unit for both now and into the future. The only one who's really kind of better for a breaker, if you're going to compare breakers from the JP version, would have been Elfim, because Elfim's debuffs continually recast themselves. And that is a big difference between her and basically any other breaker. But if you're an FF6 fan, this is really cool for you. Continuing on, step up, as you can see, we have a 5-tier step up, 25k Lapis, 4 turns per player, and as you can see, you're guaranteed a random rainbow on step 3, and as well either, one of the two brothers, Figaro brothers from... You're guaranteed a copy of them for this 5 steps, so pretty standard stuff. But you'll also notice something else, those little coins there, those weird coins. Well, this is something that is called the Summon Coin Exchange, and there we go. That white bar was kind of distracting me. Introducing the Summon Coin Exchange, available from Friday, May 24th. Summon coins are rewards that can be used in exchange for awesome items in the exchange shop. How do I get them? Summon coins can be acquired by summoning, hence the name. From the FF6 Step Up banner. As for the exchange shop, what can you get from it? Well, I'm glad you asked, Timmy. Timmy, you can get yourself items such as a glorious 5-star select summon ticket, a 5-star trust Moogle that's 50%, a 4-star guaranteed ticket, and a 5-star trust Moogle. Find all exchange shops here! Okay, I gave it my best shot for a little oomph in there. It looks like the exchange shop, or the summoning coins, are basically a new version of a safety net. They are not available on the JP side. JP side has kind of those select a unit tickets for if you go enough on a banner. Here, it looks like it is exchange coins, and this is probably going to be Global's slightly different thing, but it's also, while it is slightly different, it is similar to some of the safety nets that JP has had. Whether or not you, how good of a deal it is still something that I am curious to find out about. I am curious to find out if the price of admission is actually worth it. How many, yes, you can get a selected ticket, but how many coins do you actually need to get a selected ticket? Are coins from 1 month applicable to the next month? And I don't believe I've seen anything about that. Summon coins available from the FF6 Step Up Summon banner will be longer past Friday. I assume that there is probably an expiration date on here, but I'm not going to say anything one way or the other because it seems a little weird and wonky, and it's a new system, so we'll figure out how it works. But I would be curious, definitely a question I would ask Gummy if it hasn't been published already or nobody's asked about it, is whether or not the summon coins expire. The select the unit tickets on the JP side that we got for doing step-up banners do expire and are very specific. So I would be careful with the summon coins. It's probably just going to be a safety net for people who really want to go on this banner and, gives them a little bit of an extra reward for spending money. Okay. And ability awakenings are coming, and the 3 to note are Lila, Sephiroth, Toning, Dragoon, Kane, Pure Summoner Iridia, and Emperor Shera. Until I see the official data, I'm not going to comment on it. Sephiroth getting triple cast and basically finally becoming the true dual hand character is definitely good. I'll be interested to see if they do any changes to his modifiers or anything to make him a little bit more competitive, as Gummy can change anything they want to up until the thing is live. Lila, I don't have really any high hopes for. It's just not happening, I feel like. Toning Dragoon Kane, I don't have really high hopes for him, but Dragoons are kind of cool, so hopefully. And then it looks like they didn't feature either Emperor Shera or Pure Summoner Iridia on there. Either that or it wasn't uploaded. I don't have super high hopes for them, but the enhancements does go a long way to make characters a little more playable, and given the pace at which enhancements happen on the JP side, maybe you just want to enhance these characters for fun, in which case, go for it. Use them. have a good time, so to speak. So yeah, that's basically what we're looking at. Both Edgar as well as Sabin are pretty cool units. Definitely, though Sabin loses a lot of points for not being able to suplex a train. Edgar is probably the one that I would give the bigger thumbs up to, but if you already have someone like Orin or a competent debuffer, you're not going to miss out too much on skipping this banner and maybe saving for the next healer, which at this rate, I don't know, June? 3rd anniversary? Sometime? Also, Red 13's on that banner, so if you're looking for a healer and an attack accessory, that FF7 banner looks pretty juicy. Anyway, that's all for now. See you next time.